We are discussing here on Raw Food the Will Smith Chris Rock incident. I think for us, it's layered. We see this differently, Jay. I see it as a completely staged event from beginning to end. You do not. I think it's staged because Black male celebrities don't seem to be able to progress unless they either do something humiliating or something that leaves them scathed before retiring from the industry. My evidence of that is all the Black men who wear a dress in order to be successful. Kevin Hart, Wayans Brothers, Wesley Snipes, Tyler Perry. Or you have to do the humiliation, which is Michael Jackson, pedophilia, R. Kelly raping the children, Bill Cosby drugging the women, Kobe Bryant raping someone, Michael Jordan gambling. They nail all of them before they leave the industry. And I find it bizarre and coincidental that of 30 years of filmmaking, the night Will Smith finally wins an award, he has to do something humiliating to himself, to Chris Rock. To me, it falls in line with the script of what I've seen the most successful African-American actors, only exception being Denzel.
And even Denzel, he won his Oscars
for the wackiest movie of all his work.
And then being the most stereotypical.
Yeah. Right. He should have won for Glory.
Yeah.
He should have won for Malcolm X.
He should have won for Malcolm X. He did not win for Malcolm X. He won for Glory playing a slave. He won for Training Day for playing a crooked gangster cop.
Right. And that goes with Halle Berry. Why is it that of all the movies Halle Berry has done, she wins the award for getting fucked by a Klansman? I'm not here for that. I think that's insulting. She should have won for losing Isaiah. That's the work. Right. That's the work. Actually, her boxing movie that was just released on Netflix, unbelievable. And the little boy who plays her child in that movie is an absolute star. So I think it's part of the humiliation. Like, okay, we're going to give you the award, but we're going to give you the award for acting the most niggerish of all the beautiful work you've done. So I still think it's like a slap in the face, but it's part of what, for whatever reason, African-American celebrities are required to do. I mean, I've never seen Brad Pitt in a dress, Mel Gibson in a dress, Tom Cruise in a dress, Pierce Brosnan in a dress, Chris Pratt in a dress. I have not seen any of them do it. John Leguizamo did it, Latino actor. I mean, come on, man. There's a pattern of behavior here. For me, it's no one thing. It's a pattern of behavior. Your thoughts? You do not think it was staged.
Right.
Go with that.
And we can totally come back and have a separate, deep dive into the dress theory.
Yes.
I do not think it was staged. I originally thought it was staged because the blocking, the camera and the position of the people was perfect for selling a movie slap. Because the camera was right behind the person doing the slapping. If you're going to sell a movie slap, in air quotes, you would want the camera right behind the person being slapped or the person doing the slapping. That's how you sell it. And that's the angle that we got. Since then, I've been able to determine that one, yes, the hand hit the face.
The hand hit the face.
Right.
I'll agree with you on that. He slapped the shit out of him.
Even though he actually still got slapped, right?
Yeah, he slapped the shit out of him. Ain't nobody down that.
Right. So I think it was actually an impromptu weak moment from Will. But that
joke wasn't even that serious, Jay. If that was Rick Gervais up there, he would have destroyed them.
Yeah, Ricky.
That G.I. Jane joke was a softball.
No, exactly. And
why that?
So I'm not here to add my voice to the shame on Will Smith chorus.
Okay.
Because there's been so many hot takes about that. But yes, agreed. The joke wasn't that bad compared to all the other jokes they could make about Will Smith.
Bro, have you seen the memes?
Yes. That was a G-rated joke compared to all the things.
That was a G-rated joke comparison to what people are saying now. So, and what people were even saying before, but even worse now. I mean,
now Black Twitter has reacted and said, hey, there's some, maybe Chris actually was deserving of this slap because, he made Good Hair, which he won an Oscar for. Good Hair is a documentary about
Black women's hair.
And he's making fun of Jada when, Will is the person you should be making fun of. And Will can take a joke. Will can take jokes about him. You making a joke about Jada, he's going to react differently, right?
Okay, but other people have cracked jokes about Jada, right? Like Chris Rock wasn't the only person on earth who has made a joke about Jada since now let's remember this also. Jada and Will chose to take public on their own terms the details of their marriage or parts of their marriage.
Mind it for content, you know.
Brought it to the public and said X, Y, and Z. As a celebrity and as a world famous celebrity, don't you think it's expected of them to be able to take jokes like that on the chin? Especially when you put it out there. Ain't nobody went through your garbage cans and found this in your like, print paperwork that you threw out from your printer. You got on TV and announced this on a program you run. Did you think the world was going to go silent after that? I mean, you basically told the world that your husband knows you suck other dick. Like, the most tolerant of men may not want to discuss that publicly. You may have that agreement, right? Yeah, and that's fine. Lots of marriages have all kinds of agreements, and you'd be surprised what types of marriages people have, your friends, my friends, and no one's going to tell you the details of their marriage because we're not asking each other those questions. But there's a lot of agreements in marriages, and they obviously had an agreement. Now, knowing what kind of world we live in, there's going to be commentary on that. So to think that a comedian of all people, I mean, this is what comedians do, right? Like, this is what they do is roast you. Yeah. You should expect to be roasted as a celebrity and as someone who has put something as hot as that out into the public to gnaw on.
And it's the Oscars. Everyone knows it's your night. They set you in that specific seat because they knew you were going to win. Okay, where was Will seated? It was literally like front and center. Correct. Every shot that they had when they showed the audience, he was right there in the middle. He was the closest to the stage. This was supposed to be Will Smith's night. And by sitting you there, they take all the ambiguity about whether or not you've won. More or less.
Right. I mean, you're obviously not cleaning up the place at the end of the night if you have those seats. So you're at the very least in the running, if not, you have the highest percentage of winning an award that night. Yeah. And of all the night, I mean, this is not the BET Awards, okay? Like, this is not the Source Awards. You're at the Oscars. And I still don't understand why he was so triggered when the camera shows he laughed when Chris dropped that joke. It was only after Jada rolled her eyes did he seem to like go from 0 to 1,000. And he did it in a place where Chris Rock couldn't hit him back. And that I don't respect. Yeah, because what if Chris Rock had to throw his hands on the stage of the Oscars? How would that have looked?
Yeah, he was a professional.
He was the man and the professional in that situation. And it's like, because I'm thinking, like, if you really wanted to check this dude, like, you could have done it in the parking lot. You could have done it backstage. I mean, the celebrities know that these jokes are coming. Like when Amy Schumer cracked on Kirsten Dunst knew that joke was coming. The whole night is scripted.
Okay, so that's why I disagree with you about Chris Rock's joke. Because
you think they knew he was going to crack jokes, but they don't necessarily know what he was going to say.
Right, because he was a presenter, not a host. They know all the jokes hosts are going to say.
Okay.
They figured Chris Rock's going to present. He's probably going to roast the audience a bit because that's what Chris Rock does. And he came out and did what he does. You probably could have expected him to roast the audience and probably make a joke about Will and Jada. And Black Twitter also went and found all the other jokes that Chris Rock has made about Black women. They went and found all the other jokes he's made specifically about
that
Jada.
Will has too. Yeah. And Will has cracked hair jokes, right? Really? Yeah, he cracked an alopecia joke on a show. Somebody pulled up the video because people got receipts. So I think it was whack. If it wasn't staged, which I think it is, but if it was not staged, then it's even more of a punk move that he did it there.